Good morning, it's Kim McGillis coming to you live from Regina. It is 11:05, I believe, Central Time. And if you're following from back home in Ontario, it is presently noon. So hello, hope you are all well. It was very windy here this morning, like crazy windy. I had to step out. And when I did go outside, like the wind just blows all the snow on the road. It's kind of crazy, but now it's sunny again. So I'm very excited. Riley and I will go and shovel lots of snow here. So we're playing with a new collection today. I just wanted to see, did you take advantage of the free shipping? I know many of you have, as including me. Yesterday I did my pre-order and took advantage of that free shipping and saved piles of money plus the discount, so that was fun. So I can't wait for it to come in, and I also expedited my order to get it this week, so I cannot wait to see everything from the new catalog. Hello Joan, how are you? How's the weather, Joan, back where you are? I'm so happy that it's sunny. Just when I come on live, suddenly the sun comes out, so that was very excited about that. I did post a blog post today about the skirt card, so you might see this. Joan is saying she hasn't placed her order yet because it's not payday, and payday's tomorrow. You are correct. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm so confused. That's crazy. I think it's Tuesday, but anyways, that's me. It is for 3 days, the free shipping, Joan, so you can still take advantage of it, right? You have, it was yesterday, today, and tomorrow, so which I love that Stampin' Up did that, because last time when it's 1 day, sometimes people don't check their emails and they don't even know that it's free shipping. And you know what? 11% is a big deal, especially in this holiday season. So thank you for sharing all your cookie advice and suggestions. So I am here going on Pinterest and Googling all your recipes, so I cannot wait. I'm sharing, this is going to be like my last, I believe, Christmas bunch of cards, because I'm going home, and then on Sunday I'm hosting a class, so I am doing a couple of examples. If somebody likes more of that vintage look, they'll be able to work with the Sentimental Christmas. And there is like not just this one, but I did 3 fun fold, a fun card, and a box for them. And then for those who prefer something a little more like youngish, cartoonish, I'm also working on Christmas Friends, so that's kind of fun. And then for us last minute people, I am also doing a Christmas planner. It's just a last minute little project, and it's kind of cute, so I can't wait. Joan is saying it is 33, clear, sunny, to get 44 later. Well, I'm jealous of you. Hello, Fran. Hello, Paul. So I can't wait to create. And I made a card today, and you want to know, it's a card that I did in August that I never, I think, posted on my blog, or maybe I did, I can't remember, but it was very brief because I was in Utah on a retreat, and I had made, I think, 40 some cards, except this to share with you today. I'm going to show you alternates and a little bit of an upgrade, because some people are beginners, and then there's the avid stamper as well. So I can't wait. I think this is really my last. I might go into more of a pinkish heart kind of look. Amy says, oh, I'm intrigued by your planner. Not too complicated, actually. It's going to be fun and to decorate it. And really, it's just because I was looking through what I have left for Christmas, and I just want to incorporate that. And I have a fun idea for my customers for the end of the month once Christmas is over. So that's why I've just tried to tackle. You know what? I've been here live every week showing 1 bundle to 2 bundle or collection, and I wasn't even able to tackle in 12 weeks the entire catalog. So I'm like, you know what? And then I already pre-ordered everything yesterday from the new January to April catalog. If you have some suggestions, if you have seen the catalog, I would love to know. You could put it in the comments. Which collection would you like me to create with? And that's going to be a fun challenge. So I do have all the designer series paper already, and then the stamp sets and dies are coming in. That's how I did it. Amy's saying she's a knee deep in pink Christmas projects right now. It's fun. Since I started coming live with you all, I've asked my husband his suggestion. Like, you know, when I ask you a question, then I also ask him that same question just to see what he prefers. So when I did traditional versus non-traditional, then he preferred the traditional. But then which one? Oh, you know, that Santa's hat, like the snowman hat, he preferred the one with the snowflakes, which surprised me because he was so traditional for the other. Anyways, that's another story, but it's kind of interesting. It's kind of, I get to know him that side. And I said, would you ever start cutting cardstock with me to help me out? And he's like, well, if you needed help, I would. So it's kind of cute. Okay, I have a beautiful color combo right down here, so I'm going to turn you down, and then we're going to start looking at this. Anyways, I'm sad that the Christmas projects are over. Like, this is it, no more. I think this is about it. It's been fun to create with them all. So I better bring in my other phone so I could read all your comments. I also have 2 meetings this week with the artisan design team, so there's a lot going on. So busy week. Okay. So have you created with this collection? I just would love to know if this is a collection that you've designed with. Like I said, this was a collection. When I start my Christmas cards, I start them in August. I don't know when actually July. Yeah, my Christmas in July. That's when I start building my card collection. I don't know how you do it, but this is how I do it. I just start very early, and this was a collection that I played with. So Christmas Friends is very darling, and you can embellish them and color them like you want. And when I did create with this collection, I had also taken the Take a Bow 6x6 Designer Series paper. And what was fun about this is when you're doing, if you're like me and you're a demonstrator and you want to design and make multiple cards because you're doing swaps, or if you have lots of cards to make to families or customers, this is a beautiful collection because all the colors coordinate, and then you could do so many cards with this simple pack. So Fran is suggesting that I look up a recipe, which I will. And then Tracy's saying that she also starts in July. I always have a big event in July, and that's how I got my cards going. The dies are also darling, and you want to know what I love about these dies is this large circle. This is even larger than our shape circles. I believe it's also larger than the snow globe, so we could use it for multiple occasions. I love the little love notes, stars, bows you can embellish. You could make Christmas gifts as well. And then there's again more greenery, and every single die cuts out these cute little images. So today I'm gonna do the moose. I love the moose, but then you know that you could just redo this design in multiple cards for sure. So we're gonna use some basic white cardstock as our base. Again, I love to do so. And then the other thing is I'm combining a lot of colors today. So early espresso, crumb cake, which I don't use as much now just because crumb cake is a color. I love the basic beige now, so that's one thing. And then Lucy said that she made a few cards with this collection and loves it. And then there's garden green here, and then pool party, Poppy Parade, and actually I used the old olive marker today just because we don't have a garden green marker. So not marker, I mean Stampin' Blend. So that's why I'll show you a little something that I made with that, like how to switch it up. So I know that one of my embossing folders that I've been using nonstop is not available until December 30th. I am compiling some orders, so I know some of you have messaged me last evening saying I want this embossing folder, so it is on my list and I'm keeping it on my radar. So it's the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. You can use it. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. It's up to you. It's just a suggestion. And then one of my designer series paper that I'm using is the Take a Bow 6x6, and I just cut it 3/4 by 5.5, and we'll just layer it on one side right here. And then I have the opposite side, and that's what I did when I did my swaps. I did all of the designer series paper, but I just swapped out the colors of the paper, so that was fun. And this one is 2.5 by 3.5, which will lower here. And then I'm gonna use Poppy Parade. You could go about 1/2 inch by 3.5, which will go right here. And then I'm gonna tell you something. If you do not want to use an embossing folder, then you're ready to go. But if you wanna use an embossing folder, then I suggest you cut another piece of 3.5 by, you could do, this one is 3.5 by 3.5. And the only reason I'm doing a second layer here is just because I wanna put this in my embossing folder. If you don't want the embossing folder, then you don't need this extra step. So I love extra steps. Riley's like at the base of my feet this morning. She wants to snuggle me. I think she knows I'm going back in Ontario. By the way, my husband, bless his heart, he found someone to come and stay with her here that works with him. So she won't even need to change her environment once again, which is totally amazing that I don't need to do so, just because I wanted her to stay in her environment. So you see how this is so darling. It's gonna go right here. So we're gonna start right now by adding some adhesive on the back here. You can layer with dimensionals if you want, it's up to you. And you wanna know why I'm playing with this collection is because I made something super cute that is not even a card, and I wanted to show you. And I needed a cute stamp set that had characters, and that's why I picked this one. So this is why we are doing this today. So, and then we're gonna layer this part on top right here. I might actually trim it slightly, and you know why? It's because I want to show out a little bit more of the DSP. So instead of 3.5, I'm just going to cut it down to 3 for the length, and really it's to show that beautiful designer series paper. So we're going to add it, yeah, a lot better. So we're just going to add this on top. Like I said, you don't need to do this extra layer if you don't want to. There we go. So lots of textures here. I know some of you message me less is more, but I want more today. So this is how I'm doing it. And I'm just gonna add this little border right here. So right now, like it, garden green, the Poppy Parade in white, it just turns out so stunning, like right here, like just looking at that. And then this is the part that if you want to layer and add your circle, then you could just layer it and add this big circle right here, which I did for my alternate. If you don't want to, then we could just use the stamp set. I know I'm cheating here. I'm going to be using Early Espresso. I'm not using the black ink, tuxedo ink, just because I love my color combo and I don't really care that I'm going to be blending it. So if you prefer to use tuxedo ink, go for it. I just want this beautiful brownish, rich, colorful look. So I'm going with Early Espresso. And then I know there are so many funky and fun techniques and how to color and all. I'm just going basic, just basic crumb cake for, and my crumb cake, I ordered a new one because I've been using it so much, but for his little mouth. And you want it to wait till it dries up. But anyways, I'm still going around right here. And I'm just gonna color. Using the alcohol-based markers, the stamping blend is one of my favorite things to do because I do not need to concentrate, focus. I could just color and go back and create some shading if I want to. I don't know if that's one of your favorite things to do. And these are my original markers. So Crumb Cake has been used plenty, as well as Old Olive. And then I'm just about to order some more. Like they've been used by my customers, by myself. Like in this studio, it's my oldest collection for inks and everything. So don't forget to check that last chance list. And I just want to remind you that the Sentimental collection, the Sentimental Christmas, when I posted on my blog, I put the dies separate than the stamp set. And the reason why I did that is because it's cheaper to get them that way because the dies are on sale. So sometimes don't put it as a bundle when it's the last chance list. So now I'm just using Crumb Cake, but the dark one. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of shading on the outside, right here and in here. And then some of you know that one of my new favorite color is Pecan Pie Light. I use this a lot. Aw, Arlene is saying that this is her favorite stamp set. She loves a goofy guy. One thing that I do have as an habit, and I don't know if you have the same habit as me, is normally I die cut before I color. And the reason why is what if I mess up and I've used all this time to color this little guy. How could we call him? The moose guy. I don't know what to call him, but anyways, he needs a name or she needs a name. So cute. So, but yeah, normally I will go and do the cutting. I feel like Pecan Pie is the perfect color for Mr. Moose here. When my husband used to work up north in Ontario as a canine handler, he would go do training and we met the biggest moose up there, up north. It was in Gravenhurst, somewhere up there in the Algonquin Park area or after coming back from Gravenhurst. Anyways, it's pretty scary to see a big moose like that. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. Another time is I was driving my daughter back from figure skating. She had tried some figure skating dress and I had a tiny car and this big moose just crossed over right in front of it. So Arlene is saying, oh, I love that Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle. Actually, I should post something. It's kind of, you know, like there's crazy things according to your birthday and all what you could do about, and then you find your name. Like I found some, I do this every year. Like if I'm Kay, I could be a crinkle star could be my name as a elf or something. I love those little games sometimes that we see on social media. So now I'm just adding a little bit of dark, pecan dark. So Arlene was saying that it is so beautiful, pecan pie for animals. Yes, so I think if ever you want, you should get this color because it is so fascinating. So again, I was sharing with you that we don't have garden green as a blend. So what I decided to do is I went with the Old Olive, the dark, but also the light one. And you'll see there is a very, very different contrast. So every third I've colored with the dark Old Olive. Let's go in here for his neck and then in here. And sometimes the best thing to do is use the dark and the light. So now I'm just gonna use the Poppy Parade dark and I'm just gonna color his scarf. And I can't wait to show you the next one where you'll get to see how it makes such a big difference to use now the Old Olive light. Why don't they have a garden green marker? I don't know if it was a pigment thing, but anyways, there's always a solution to everything, right? And then we'll just do this part. Look how cute that is. Skating Bullwinkle. I love that. That's awesome. That's a fun name. So if you're finding names, then the owl needs a name, and then the mouse needs a name, and then this one needs a name. So I have to do a little bit of picking up in here, but I feel like all the characters need to be done with that same paper, just different patterns, and it was lovely. So you see how, and I'm gonna bring this forward so you get to see the look, but look at this. This is Old Olive in dark and in light, and it's just making a beautiful contrast. I don't know if you get to see it here, but it's really practical to blend both colors. So if you're not getting that proper shaded green, you'll probably want to just use the dark and light. Jerry for the mouse, love it. Okay, I need to write these down, so then when I'm gonna be blogging, I'll say, okay, so Fran called him Jerry the mouse, and then we have Paul that named the moose, and then everybody's gonna have a name. And once again, you know what? I have ordered once out of my entire stamping years dies from another company, and they were so crappy, and it was just to support someone. Our dies are pretty amazing, and I just love how they could just fit right in here. There's a little bit of black on my dies, and the reason why is just because I was using some washi tape when I did do them. Because when I went to Utah and I went on this retreat, I had brought my mini embossing cutting machine, and then it was a little bit more difficult to cut the dies because my plates were so old, which was not a good idea. But you know what? Fitting a mini like this in a carry-on is priceless. I traveled with a carry-on, and I still had an embossing and cutting machine and did all my cards. And what I do is I used a full basic white cardstock, and I had stamped all my moose, the 40 some that I needed, and then I colored them all. And I colored them all in stages. All the crumb cake first, and then the second one was done, etc. So the second color, then I did all my pecan pie. It was so relaxing. So then Mr. Moose could go right here. And we'll have to pop Mr. Moose because he needs to be elevated because he's so important. So that's one thing that I would do. I'm just gonna grab some dimensionals here. So this is my simple version, but it's still starting to look great. And then I'll show you another version with Mr. Moose again. So I'm just gonna bring him right here. And then I'm just gonna use some twine, and I'm gonna be using the real red. And actually, because it is so soft, I'm just gonna do like a regular bow. I'm not gonna do a double bow because it's just gonna be sloppy. So here we go. And don't make it too big, because if it's too big, like I said, it just flops. So I'm gonna add this bow right here. And like I said, it's just, I'm doing this because I have something cute to show on another day. So today is, I still can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. This is like retired life. It's a good problem to have. But I still want to show at least 2 more projects with this. So here we have them right here. Love all these textures, and I will show you like soon. There's a bunch of different greetings. I also love this image where, you know what, I feel like you could just write hey right on the inside. That would be fun as well. But there's different images, and you could just do what you want. I'm just gonna grab this scrap piece. Look at this. Isn't he look festive and textured and perfect? I just find adorbs, 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 adorbs. So now I'm going to be using the Happy Holidays greeting. So there's a bunch of different greetings. There's the Have a Berry, Merry Christmas, which would go with a bear. I'll be thinking of you this season, which is this one. And then Happy Holidays, which is kind of fun too. The bear is Bobo. Oh, I didn't know that. You know what? Arlene is saying this card makes me smile. I'm going to say that normally I'm not into characters, but when I saw these, I was like, this is so cute. I need one. So now, if you want that perfect cut, you need to bring this in. So like I indicated, how interesting to take that designer series paper and then just do piles of them with every single character. You could still keep that same layout, so no fussy thinking and complicated thinking whatsoever. So then Happy Holidays would be popped up right here. And it's been a very simple card, which I never do. So I'm going to show you a second version right after, and then maybe a third as well on my blog when I get there and that it's posted. So here he is. And like I've indicated, use all the characters and all the different designer series paper. And I have a specific combo of which one goes there, which one goes there. And you are very welcome to copy this look. And like I indicated, if you don't want to use the embossing folder, you don't have to. Now let's take out this little one. I've added the circle. I've added some greenery. And I've also stamped the tree one time, and then I really stamped it right again. Like I didn't go back in the ink, so that makes the lighter shadows. And then now you see it with a different designer series paper. Could I have added the snowflakes embossing at the back? Absolutely. And then I added a little bit of pool party in here and some crumb cake. Paul is saying some youngsters have missed some great cartoons. So I was sharing with you that on base, if you see sometimes my stories, they're playing music after 4 p.m. once the employees are all done working and the cadets as well. And then yesterday, Paul, it was Charlie Brown music playing. And it's such a great memory to hear songs from Charlie Brown Christmas. I was like, oh, this is so good. And then there was the Grinch, and my husband was like, oh my gosh, you're chippy today, because I kept singing the Grinch song. You're a mean one. Anyways, so many great characters and movies during the holiday. So now you get to see two projects, different looks, some with a bit more texture, whichever one. I don't know if you prefer the one with the circle or just the simple version. I love these bright colors, very interesting. And then I'll be trying to make two more with the different designer series paper. So kind of fun. So I hope you liked this project today. And this is just an introduction of the bundle because I want to show you something tomorrow. So hope to see you tomorrow. It's going to be a cute little 3D thing. Can't wait to share. Have a great day, everyone. And thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.